Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates. Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Alright, we're just about ready to get rolling.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Alright, so we should be about ready now. Just one more second, I'll have it. Alright, I saw someone a minute ago, but they seem to have abandoned us. That's fair. I probably would too. Then again, maybe not.
Colonial.
Anyway, I think we're about ready to get going.
Must be great to see all your hard work on display.
If I can just figure out where I'm going. That does seem to be my biggest problem in all these games. I get lost and confused really easily.
Good to see you. Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakeem, my producer. I could use your help. What are you looking for? An uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pool funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
All expeditions have to deal with supplies, enemies, or, hell, just getting lost. We'll deal with all of them. We just need time.
Tan will love that. But if that's your take, that's what goes in. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
Okay, downstairs it is. And if I remember correctly from a couple streams ago, that will lead to the turbo lift.
Authorities continue work to establish contact with our Milky Way descendants. As of now, beacons confirming arrival in Helios remain unanswered. This is HNS.
Wonder what the H stands for. It could be Hyperion. That would just be the one arc.
I'll make it right.
Okay, I suppose I'm actually on the arc.
Harry, what's happening with Scott?
Well, we got him out of the pod. I don't want to get your hopes up, but Sam managed to, find him, you might say.
I don't follow.
Well, he's still in a coma, but he also has an implant like yours, and Sam managed to access it. He's made contact.
That's incredible. He's okay?
Vitals are steady, but I'm letting Sam take the lead on this one.
Though in a coma, Scott's mental processes remain intact.
So is he okay?
You can ask him yourself. A moment while I establish a link with his implant. Proceed.
Scott? Can you hear me?
Is that you, sis? I don't understand. What's happening?
There was a problem with your stasis pod. You understand?
Wow, really? How are we talking?
Sam linked into your implant, but they say you're stable. You're safe and sound in the medbay.
Guess I'll take your word for it. I can't feel anything, but I still hear you. Is Dad okay?
He's away on a mission right now. I know he's worried about you, though.
Yeah, sure he is. I'm probably just lost luggage to him by now.
You're wrong. He cares.
Well, at least he's barking orders at you and not me.
Yeah.
So how's her new home? Does Habitat 7 live up to the hype?
There's been some complications. The Golden Worlds didn't exactly deliver.
Well, that's rough. But we knew it could happen. That's why we brought Dad, right? Find us a place to live.
He's on it.
Damn, I need to be there helping you guys.
You were never one to quit, little brother. A nap won't hold you back.
Someone has to keep an eye on Dad. He doesn't mind snow. No way I'm living on some North Pole.
I'm sure we can arrange for a desert.
Tell Dad.
What happened?
The connection was only temporary. His condition remains stable.
Sorry, it seemed better than nothing. I'll keep you posted, promise.
Thanks, Harry.
That's a pretty interesting concept. Something that would be pretty handy if we ever had that in real life.
The human Pathfinder has died. Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7 in the Erickson system. Ryder's daughter has reportedly replaced him as Pathfinder, taking command of the Tempest in the ongoing search for a home in Andromeda. This is Agent S.
Yeah, I'm thinking that must be Hyperion news system. Or news service. Whatever it might be.
You, Pathfinder. I have a word or two for you.
Is there a problem?
Your father is my problem. He's everyone's problem. We're all paying for Alec Ryder's ego. He preyed on Jean Garson's trusting nature and bulldozed us to this godforsaken place. Now she's dead, and we'll all soon follow.
Hey, my dad died for this dream. He was trying to fix things for all of us.
Some dream. He fixed us all right. Go to hell, Pathfinder.
Okay. Your input has been noted. Okay.
Welcome back, Ryder.
That's all for now.
Of
Maybe
course.
this isn't where I need to be. Because it was pointing down here. Yeah, okay, this is it.
Printed book.
Wait, damn it.
Say,
Jesus, I need to...
printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too. What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man. Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Liara Tassoni, huh? She studied the Protheans. When my team used to dig up artifacts, we'd debate her work. She had some pretty controversial theories, as I recall. Never gained much traction.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Since Asari can live several hundred years at a time, I wonder if Liara would still be alive at this point.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful. Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Scott. Dr. Tapero says he'll be fine, but he's my son. How can I not worry? I hate to leave him like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
Well, that's rather sad.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Thought that's what I was here for. Is this not the right spot?
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Alright, I'll look around a little more after I've unlocked Sam. Assuming I can figure out how to do that.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day. Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Kinda thought I'd have to do more.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work.
Clearly he found a way to do it anyway.
Alec?
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
He told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Wow, hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
It's how Dad was wired. He didn't like to lose. In any situation.
It would seem that included me.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently logged. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. That's all for now.
Of course.
I was kind of wondering about how they would have gotten Sam past the council.
Your father's personal logs.
Amazing how life can change in an instant. Suddenly my career doesn't matter. This incredible woman I've been married to all these years. She's facing the end. All I think about are the times I wasn't there for her. Well, that's going to change. It occurs to me that Sam might be more than I ever imagined.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Okay, I think the mission tracker said something about finding memory triggers. Yeah, search for memory triggers that will unlock Sam's array. So, I guess we're just gonna be running around looking.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni, and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture. I hope they may prove useful for the research community. When studying a dead race, the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out. While it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial. Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
There was one living Prothean found, though, that I'm aware of. He was a DLC character from Mass Effect 3.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Is there anything else in here? Probably not. Alright, I think I'm probably gonna have to put that one on hold for now. Wonder if I can actually do anything with this one. I'm gonna guess probably not. I might have to talk to Tan and see what he knows. Of course, that's not even guaranteed to help me make much progress. If any at all. But the way I'm sprinting everywhere, Ryder's definitely going to keep in shape.
Residents are still mourning the loss of Gene Garson, and the initiative founder was killed when the Nexus hit the Scourge. An official tribute is planned, though Director Jaren Tan has provided few details so far.
Without Gene, we wouldn't be here. But now that we are here, we need to focus on surviving before we can celebrate.
This is HNS.
Hydroponics reports oxygen.
Tan seems really shady to me.
Pathfinder.
You're not Tan. And that just popped at me. Is Tan up here somewhere?
Guess this is your place now. Everything we achieve will be seen here.
Okay. Where's Tan? Is that him?
You've had a year to think about it.
It's the Scourge, Director Tan. Its origin defies all known explanation.
How? We brought all that equipment along.
And the Tempest's readings are helping, but we've just scratched the surface.
The history of the initiative cannot show that we were defeated by a space cloud.
Some things are bigger than we are.
I will not accept that excuse. This is science, and your merry band over there are scientists, aren't they? Figure it out.
Goodbye, Director.
Ryder, you're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. You are a symbol now of hope that things will get better. Though I worry about this terraforming network. What do we really know about it?
It's like nothing we've ever seen. It's clear somebody had big plans for this cluster.
But who?
Not sure yet, but at least we're on the trail.
Did you have some other business?
Director, I checked out that murder. Nilkin didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership they think they can count on. And we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
These things are almost never black and white.
I know. If we suppress the evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime he technically didn't commit. If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands, then covered it up. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
That's a tough choice. Should we exile him for his intent? I'm gonna lean towards yes.
He intended to kill the chief. He pulled the trigger, believed he'd done it. Banish him.
Agreed. Sometimes we must rule with our hearts. I hope my conscience will be as clear as yours seems to be. Well, at least we'll have this sordid business behind us.
It's got nothing to do with ruling with your heart, Tan. I just went with the facts. He meant to kill the guy. He thought he had killed the guy. What do all of these do? Some of these I'm not sure I've seen before. They seem pretty interesting, to say the least. I might go ahead and put some of my points into the more passive things for now. one shockwave. Why not? Huh, neat. Boosted a profile. Not sure I really get what that means, but... Hooray, a thing happened. Go ahead and auto-level our friends. Alright. So, Tan, do you have any information on the arcs?
Something I can help you with?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the Initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
I was wondering where the Drell and the Volus were, and the Quarians. I guess that answers that.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Well, I guess that's another one that I'm just gonna have to put on hold for a while. So, I guess for now, we're gonna head back to Ket.
Well, old man, we're getting there.
Notable European planetary missions. Donated to the Andromeda Initiative Historical Records Council. All dates are in Common Era. Not sure. I want to read all of that. See what else we have. Other things we can poke. ESAV Majriti? I may be pronouncing that wrong. Humanity's first crewed ion engine starship, built using technology proven by the ESA Smart 1 probe in 2003 CE. The SSV Normandy SR2. Secretly acquired blueprints of the SSV Normandy SR2, a stealth frigate based on designs co-developed by the Systems Alliance and the Turian hierarchy. And the THV Ravuna. A model of the Ravuna, an early Turian starship, and their first to travel beyond a mass relay. Neat little history lesson. Can we poke this? That is a memorial to everyone who died, I suppose. I thought it might have been specifically for Alec, but it didn't say. Anything else? Nope.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
Alright, back to the ship. Back down to Eos, the desert planet. Which means first, back to the turbo lift.
Fallout from the recent uprising as security tightens across all sectors of the Nexus. Director Tan stresses that it's, quote, for your safety. This is HNS.
That is such a big ship. I think maybe I'm just so used to the Normandy and how generally small it was. But I mean, that was kind of the point of the Normandy. It was supposed to be small. Whereas this one, I think, was really more meant for much larger excursions. A lot more travel-centric.
PB's been looking for you.
Alright then, let's go say hi to PB. Is there anything up here? No. Nothing to poke. Maybe? I don't know. Hey!
You're setting up in here, huh?
Yeah, I'm going through what we got out of that vault. If I can crack this data storage box, it'll help with a personal project back on the Nexus. This is a nice, out-of-the-way place where I can tinker, and I can sleep anywhere. It's not exactly homey, but I like that about it. Not really looking for a home. Oh, but I will help you find everyone a home. While I'm with you, at least.
Should I consider you a temporary addition?
Everything's temporary, Ryder. I get it. You want to know who's on your ship, so you're here to figure out what makes me tick, right?
Something like that? Sure.
Well, I was born in a log cabin on rural Haitiana to simple but loving parents, just trying to... I look forward, not back, Ryder. Why snooze through my life story? Get to know me out in the field while we're uncovering the mysteries of this galaxy. That's why I'm here. Got tired of yawning back home.
Tackling complete strangers in the Milky Way wasn't doing it for you?
I think tackling you anywhere would be fun. Did I say that out loud?
Just a
Life
little.
won't be boring with you around. I may never yawn again.
You left everything and everyone you knew because you were bored?
No. I came with someone I knew. Then she got bored with me. Ryder, the Milky Way was so... been there, done that. Even if I hadn't done it, someone had. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I live for the unknown. For the never been done.
Well, congratulate yourself. No one has ever so successfully dodged my attempts to get to know them.
Yes! I'm #1! Buy me a drink sometime. Who knows what will spill out of my mouth. Then again...
That was weird.
I need remnant scrap. Remtech, I call it. For projects like the one I mentioned. Which you're gonna love, by the by. Promise to bring me what you scrounge, and I'll submit to all your questions.
Remtech, huh? You got it.
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
So, how do you like the team?
Interesting bunch. I get a good feeling from Vetra. Not your typical military-minded Turian. Liam seems a lively one. I expect he'll surprise me. Drek is, well, old. Wonder if he can still learn new tricks.
What about...
Gil smacks of complication. Might take some unraveling. Callow and Suvi seem busy. I hope they aren't all work, work, work. Who's left?
Well, there's...
Oh, right, Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
She's exactly what she should be. Capable, reliable. She's a valuable part of my team.
Sure. That comes across too.
There's also Lexi, our doctor. She's an Asari.
Oh, I'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
What drew you to the Remnant?
Are you kidding? It's evidence of a sophisticated species no one knows anything about. It doesn't get more intriguing than that. There's so much to discover. I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
You mentioned you came to Andromeda with someone.
Nothing gets by you. Guess that's why you're the Pathfinder. Just a friend. Now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
I don't know. Don't friends and loved ones make all the effort worthwhile?
I've always been self-motivated. Don't need much more than curiosity to drive me forward.
What was it like for you on the Nexus?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be woken up yet. That ex-friend I mentioned, my accomplice, She finagled my early thaw. So I kind of lived off the grid. Snuck around, bullshitted my way onto excursions off station. After I found my first remnant ruin, I started, borrowing shuttles. After that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
What does someone have to do to get you to flirt with them?
Not much at all. But I get a little extra jolt when I'm matched wink for wink. So just be yourself and the flirts will flow.
I like her.
You really won't tell me what you're working on?
That's right. Next question.
You're off the hook, PB. Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
I could say the same to you. Dodging all my questions. Anything fun in here? I haven't tried that out yet. I should hold on to it. Ooh, new helmets. Did I make these? I don't remember. Okay, sure. So that'll be my new getup. Ooh. That's fun. I will drive it with pride. Actually, what else was there? You're showing something here. Oh, probably new weapons that I haven't touched yet. Pardon? Is this the way out? Okay. I need to find Vetra. Actually, I need to talk to everybody. Anything in here? Do I need to re-customize my armor get-up look thing? No, okay, that looks like generally the same color I had. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that one. Cool. My, rather colorful armor. This is interesting. I wonder if these are actual musicians in real life. Well, surely they are. They made music, but... I mean, like, can I find their CDs somewhere? Are they on SoundCloud? So Carrie wants another interview, and I just got here. That is some pretty exciting club-like music. Sounds a little bit like early Daft Punk. Just a little bit. You don't need an old man a few hundred years your junior to tell you you're ready for this. I'll do it anyway because I know it's true. You keep your riders safe and I'll do the same with mine. Okay, so that was a letter of encouragement for Lexi.
Messing with that vault feels like
shiny.
brain surgery. Just poking and hoping.
As long as it helps us to live here, I don't care how the vault's doing it.
Magnificently. That's how.
I prefer tech with more exposed bolts. If you can't open it, you don't own it.
Forming Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we knew what it was all about, it wouldn't be an adventure. It would just be moving, and everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone. Bleh.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
The plan's the same. We find a home. Whatever that takes.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the Initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't, and that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
That's a weird concept, but okay.
You talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
That just sounds like you're taking advantage of people.
Is it? I get people what they want, and they do want, or they wouldn't pay.
Have anyone else here with you? Besides Sid?
No, just me and Sid. It's always been just the two of us.
No, I mean, someone special.
Special? Oh. You mean like... Oh. No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it with.
A romantic? I wasn't expecting that. Then again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something new is kind of romantic. Anyway.
How did you hear of the Andromeda Initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually, I figured out something was going on. Something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Okay, I did read that sort of polyamorous type thing was possible in the game. But until it shows up on the wiki, I'm not gonna know, like, who you can get away with as far as potentially having multiple romance partners. So I think I'm probably just gonna have to flip a coin and see who I wind up with.
Prodromos. Sounds good, doesn't it? We started Pathfinder. A new life. That is goddamn brilliant.
Just wondering what you think of how I'm doing at the job.
I'm committed to the initiative. You're Pathfinder. It's as simple as it gets.
You barely covered how you joined. Tell me something about yourself.
Alright, I was a bad student, piss poor cop, great responder. Had a good life, but it'd all been done. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
You were a cop, then crisis response? Couldn't have been long in either.
Didn't have the patience for law, so I figured enforcement. Dad knew it didn't fit before I did. But it got me into hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
You found your place. Not everyone gets that.
I knew it. Glad for it every day. And that led me here.
Tell me about your family.
I miss the hell out of them. Some nights you just cry, right? That's the thing everyone does. Mom Joelle, Dad Calvin. Both lawyers. Met on the Citadel, settled on Earth. No brothers or sisters. That might have been too much to leave. It was traditional. How about you?
Life with my family was not typical on a number of fronts.
You may do though, right? Family has to. I know mine did. I said goodbye to my mom and dad and got on a ship to Andromeda.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Alright, let's see what we got upstairs. I don't think I really did anything up here last time.
Everything around here is so damn shiny.
The ship's brand new. Be nice to keep her that way a little longer.
Fewer germs, too.
Ryder, you meet Spender yet? Colonial Affairs, the ass in assistant director. Got no idea why Addison keeps him around. Spender lied to the Krogan during the uprising, and he's headed out for cash ever since. He's up to something. I just can't prove it. We should pay him a visit on the Nexus.
No, I was doing a little reading earlier, and I think I read that Drax's voice actor is Irish. And if that's true, he is doing a damn good North American accent.
Got any stories or advice to share?
Does a pie jack scratch its butt?
Anything about the Ket? Or combat in general?
Well, common Ket are pretty straightforward. Hit them hard enough, they die like anything else.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Wraiths are sneaky little shits, like to ghost up behind you when you least expect it. Just listen for them. They tend to give themselves away right before coming at you. Break through their head plates, then a headshot should do the trick.
Why did the Krogan leave the Nexus?
The Nexus got us Krogan to stop the mutiny. In return, we were supposed to get a say in station business. Spender, Addison's assistant, lied about the deal, and Tan came down hard. Too hard. So we left. Kesh is alone on that station now.
You think someone might try to hurt Kesh?
More like she airlocks Spender. Or he tries to stab her in the back, and then she airlocks him. Tan wouldn't listen to me when I told him Spender had a part in the mutiny. I had no proof.
So what's my part in this?
Things need to get sorted out, and my clan needs to get back on station, without Spender messing things up. Way I see it, you're probably the best one for that job.
I'd like to know more about you.
Fire away.
So, about all this combat experience you have, I'd love some details.
Ha! The list will be shorter if you ask me what experience I don't have. I've been doing this for a long time now, centuries, shit, well over 1,000 years. Don't even know how I'm still alive, to be honest.
Skill?
You need luck to be a merc. Skill, sure, but a whole lot of luck. And a really hard head.
Tell me more about the Krogan colony.
My clan's there. We also got some scouts looking for any unclaimed territory to grab up. Got a decent setup going. Self-sustainable, the works. Even some farming.
Farming? Krogan farm?
Food's food. Just because we can eat anything doesn't mean we gotta settle for scraps. I'm pretty fond of Corcrow roots myself. Takes a while to chew through those.
I don't know why everybody's so surprised when they run into a Krogan who isn't just all about murder and bloodshed. Like, of course they have farmers. Of course they have doctors. They kinda have to.
How did you and Vetra meet?
Huh, that's right. Your father brought you into the project pretty late, didn't he? Must have been a pretty steep learning curve since they thawed you out.
You could say that.
You make do with what you get. Anyway, I met Vetra back when we were building the Nexus. She swiped supplies I was trying to get for Kesh right under my nose. I tried to intimidate her into turning them over to me, and let me tell you, that Turian takes shit from no one.
She really has a way of getting things done.
She sure does. But here's the best part. She waited until I saw her again in Kesh's office, no less, to tell me she'd been working for Kesh all along. They're both still laughing at me over that.
I can't say I blame them.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and squad connectivity yet?
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up to my comms, sure, but that's where it stops. Putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
Why do you say that?
I've seen what bots can do when they turn on their creators. Been in some of those fights. There's a reason that kind of research was outlawed.
Yeah, my peacekeeping career went up in smoke when news of what my dad was researching got out.
No shit. Ruined the writer name, I'll bet.
Almost. Sam is part of what makes someone a Pathfinder. You're just going to have to deal with that.
So long as it's not in my head and it ain't messing with my body.
What's it like to have Kesh as a granddaughter?
Kesh is my Rushan, child of my blood. Raised her myself. Damn proud of her too. She did good, even with me for a granddad.
She's honest. Definitely blunt.
She had to take after me in some ways, I guess.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, one last thing.
Yeah?
Is everyone a kid to you?
Ha, when you get to be my age, yeah, pretty much.
I like you, Drac. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna be good friends. Sad news. Well, they got it better than nothing. Huh. Wonder what that is. Well, didn't
Strike
see that.
team ready for deployment.
Oh well. What can I research? Dang it. Still don't think I can actually make any of these. Gonna need more materials.
So we have a stowaway.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of the escape pods. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was a bouncer. I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands. They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they here in Helios?
No. Both died in a turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
So how did an Asari doctor end up on the human ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
I need to talk to you about something private.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
When Dad died, he blocked off parts of Sam's memory, things he didn't want me to see.
Or he thought you weren't ready for.
Maybe. I found this trigger. It unlocked a memory fragment of Dad on the Citadel. From when the Alliance rejected his ideas about AI, and he found out Mom's illness was terminal.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
It was where his journey to Andromeda really began.
Those events started your family down a new path.
Yeah. Thanks, Lexi. Feels good to talk about this. How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Is Drac good?
That old bastard's always good. I've never met anyone who can be so stubborn and so appreciative. Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep an eye on him.
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked?
Thanks for the insight. How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to... Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
How do you think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of Pathfinder to you. Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive technique. He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
I can't necessarily say I blame him.
Suvi okay?
She's remarkably adaptive. I'm kind of jealous.
How's Liam?
A handful. Every time I patch him up, he breaks something new. Liam's we can't lose attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong.
Thanks for the insight. I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
I'd say something kinda already has gone wrong, though. Whoa! My pet Pyjack.
Whoops. Looks like our Pyjack friend got out of his cage. He'll be fine. Won't he? The exercise will probably do him good.
It's kinda cute. In a weird alien sort of way.
Nice place you found.
Clean air, plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
Your biotics always do that when you're maybe stressed?
I got it. I'm good. I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Huntress?
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick, though. Like losing the old man.
How are you an Asari commando if you're not an Asari?
How does a human soldier get to serve with Asari?
Prove your biotics can rip an APC apart, and people get nervous. Funny that. The Alliance found me a cross-species military initiative in a hurry. Sent me to Thessia to serve with the Huntress unit. One of the few places where my powers were welcomed. Your father made another one.
Interesting.
You were his second in command. Were you friends, too?
He was more a mentor than a friend. Prickly old bastard. But I respected that. People treat geniuses like they're made of cut glass. I didn't care how smart he was. I think he liked someone not caring.
I know it's not the same, but I'm a good listener.
I hope you're as good at being Pathfinder. I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you? An untrained Pathfinder and all this mess to fix? The hell was he thinking?
Is this going to be a problem, Cora?
I don't want a rival. Just answers. It's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
So what brought you out to Andromeda?
Biotics like this. Thinking like an Asari huntress. I never had a place. Best I could be was a useful freak. The initiative was meant to be different. Will be different if this mission succeeds. So I'm seeing it through. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants watered while I work. First job, see if there's any news on the Asari Ark. If they made it, we could use some Asari expertise. If you want to talk, I'll be here.
If that little notification on the side there means what I think it means, I think I just got a new shotgun. In which case, hooray! New things!
Our tech lab is an engineer's dream. It's perfect for any delicate technical work.
Okay, I think I need to head back downstairs. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm not even sure this is where I think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just crazy. I'm good at crazy. Not the fun kind of crazy. Just the very confused kind. Anything new on the crew board? Nope. How about in here? I've already looked there, haven't I? Okay. Yeah, I guess I've kind of explored everything. Alright.
Where's my data pad? Oh, how'd you get under there?
Suvi, were you talking to your notebook?
Oh, I wasn't I? I do that sometimes.
Okay, now I'm a little bit confused. Am I where I think I am? Yes. Yes, I am. Just got a bit turned around, I suppose. Alright, anyway, moving on. That is to say, actually moving.
I'm picking up something.
We are explorers, so let's go around and poke as many planets as we can.
Anomaly detected.
Wait, there we go.
Deploying probe. Getting a scan.
Huh. Well, I got some XP from it. Is there anything else we can do here? No, I don't think so. Okay.
I'm picking up something.
So it's a bit like the planet scanning from Mass Effect 2, but you're not looking for minerals or materials. So in that way, I guess it's a little bit more like Mass Effect 3, where you could launch a probe just to find, like, certain artifacts or whatever. Which I think I kind of prefer. Because it is a bit quicker that way, I think. Don't have to spend hours and hours of your game launching probes at planets to get equipment or materials to upgrade your ship.
Probe away. Detecting what's left of a ship.
I think I got a lot of materials there.
Anomaly on sensors.
It's a little bit weird to me that some of these planets have names and then some just have, like, designations. Like, this one I think it said was Gongzin, or maybe not. Looks like Zhanghe. I'm probably butchering that just a little bit.
Anomaly on sensors.
And this one's just H599, which is a little more impersonal. Okay, not sure why I'm back here. It's got an exclamation point, so I'm guessing there's probably a side mission there that I'm not
Anomaly on sensors.
not checking. For now, we're just exploring a little. We'll come back to the side quests. Hello, Moon. Nothing. Can I scan the moon? Nope.
Anomaly on sensors.
I'm sure there must be something else in this system. Or cluster, whatever you should call it. It says I'm at 83%. Which means there's something I'm probably missing. Alright, but we do need to go to Eos, so we should probably start making our way in that direction.
Pythias system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
Anomaly detected.
thought it said that there was an anomaly. It's not telling me to go anywhere.
Anomaly on sensors.
We'll head to EOS last, since that's where we need to land. Anything here? Nope. Alright.
Anomaly detected.
Okay. I wonder if her saying anomaly detected just means that there's a quest in the area? Because I'm getting the impression that it doesn't just mean that there's something on the planet.
Probe away. Satellite detected.
Got some research data. That's always good.
I'm picking up something.
It's gonna be crazy if we ever come up with this
Anomaly
kind
on
of
sensors.
space travel technology in real life. Just be able to hop from planet to planet in less than a day. Of course, we're never going to do that unless we can invent, like, an actual warp engine, probably.
I'm picking up something.
And even if we can invent a warp engine, it's probably going to take quite a while
Deploying
to make
probe.
sure that,
Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
the potential G-force from that won't just immediately rupture every organ in the human body. Of course, they never seem to have that problem in Star Trek. Maybe it's not that big of a concern. Because, you know, Star Trek is just that scientifically accurate. Alright, heading on down.
Descent is green.
Gonna try and get some actual questing done.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Alright, seeing all of the crazy bright colors on my suit in practical lighting, it's kind of making me rethink that decision just a little bit. If anybody thinks this color scheme was a terrible idea, please don't hesitate to let me know. A multicolored intergalactic skittle at that. It's like safety orange, sky blue, and a little bit of lime green for accents. Was not sure if I would survive that without getting stuck like I did last time. Okay. Road rage. Kind of reminds me of the first time that I ever saw somebody play Dead Rising. When you unlock the sort of parking garage area under the mall, which is just wall-to-wall zombies as far as you can see. But you can also
Nexus still wants an outpost on Eos. You know what they say? Third time's a charm. We'll make this right.
Yeah, wall-to-wall zombies as far as you can see, but you could get in a car and drive through them all. The first time I saw my friend playing it, he is driving through the tunnel.
I heard the attack on Resilience was bad, but damn.
Initiative's not military. They weren't prepared for an ambush.
He's driving through the tunnel, just mowing down hundreds of zombies. And then, eventually, he stops. And he looks at me and he says, "I think I hit something."
Radiation levels increasing.
No real point to that story. I just thought it was funny at the time.
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
Wait a second. There was a corpse. Can I scan the corpse?
Y'all are Thysa.
Records updated, Pathfinder.
It's a bit morbid, but I suppose somebody's got to do it. And morbid has never really bothered me.
Schematics for Special Project Sigma. They were building something, but there are parts missing. This must be the project they were salvaging at Site 1. A way to fight the Ket.
We could finish it.
All components at Site 2 had security tags, compiling possible nav points.
There's something else here? Yeah.
Got a component for Site 2's project.
Cora, what are you doing? Twitching in a corner. Okay, how does this rifle work? Okay. Fires in bursts. Not sure I like that. Might swap it out later. Come on. There we go. You know what? I am going to reset the helmet rules. I did not realize that my facepaint would also be blue. Where's the car? I am an intergalactic skittle driving a giant golden Land Rover.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
I maybe stick out a little. Just a little. Oh, I thought I almost made it. Mining computer says it's out of zone. I wonder what exactly that means. Like, are there only specific areas where it can actually tell if there are materials available? I mean, I'm liking the game quite a lot so far, but there are some things that I don't think it signposts as well as it maybe could. Or as well as previous games might have. That's not the button.
All Site 2 components are accounted for.
Hooray!
Let's head to Site 2's research station and see what good they do.
Not a bad idea. I think setting up shop right next to this lake was probably a pretty good idea.
Look out for anything big and hungry.
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
Fought till the end. Very Turian.
I promise I'm a better driver than this in real life. Said something about a Turian. I wonder if there actually is one over here somewhere. Put away the gun, Rider. Huh, neat.
Nice. Let's get to a research station, see what we've got.
Is there anything on this console? Can I got some research data. So is that it? Was that the whole mission? I guess it was. Alright. Moving on. Is that a shiny? Can I have the shiny? Nope, I cannot have the shiny. Speaking of shiny... I think I saw another one. Where was it? Yeah. Is this a thing? Can I... Yeah, I can have this one. Hooray! I wonder if those will, like, regenerate over time. And you can harvest them again.
Increasing.
We've got targets!
Okay, that's not what I thought it was. Yeah, there we go. There's a way up.
We've got targets!
I would not be surprised.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Yeah, it said that it was fair, but nothing was showing up. Maybe I should have just slowed down. Okay, glitch. That's... Well, there we go.
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
That's happened to me a few times with, That shuttle is noisy. Yeah, that glitch has happened to me a few times with, Dragon Age Inquisition as well. And this does feel like it was probably
Really
made
hope
on the
all those
same engine.
scientists will be safe out here. We came to explore and learn. That's who we are.
Already getting requests from the Prodromos labs.
There's something there? Nope, I imagined it. Thought I saw a data pad.
Hi. You haven't got a fuel cell, have you? The quartermaster says there's plenty, but she would. Wait. Oh, shit, you're the Pathfinder. Sorry, no one said VIPs were coming by.
I'm just Ryder. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, too. I'm Fox, Chief Engineer at your service.
What are the other outpost staff like?
Like Connor, you mean? She's pretty fun when you get to know her. Just don't get to know her over a poker game. Trust me.
What do you think about your new home?
First impressions? We've got water, clear skies for solar power, plants to farm. The Remnant are a wild card. But I hear you almost have that solved, which is amazing. And you found us a good site here. I think EOS is really going to be special.
What do you do here?
My team gets things going. Water, power, communications, everything a civilization needs. Well, not laws or a constitution, but it's easier to concentrate on those when you got a flushing toilet.
You're not wrong. I mean, that is kind of how Rome conquered places. The way Gabriel Morton described it was, the Romans would just kind of show up and go, "Toilets!" and leave. And everybody would be like, "Okay, yeah, that's good."
What brought you all the way to Andromeda?
There's a colony back home you've never heard of. Viridis. It failed. Hard. I grew up there watching things fall apart. When I left, I got into infrastructure, civil engineering. Boring stuff unless you've ever lived without it. I wanted to do Viridis right, I guess. And the initiative was my best chance. Thanks for asking.
Bye, Fox.
Bye. Stay safe out there.
Okay, that's a work roster. Don't know.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings, assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert. Too many locations to check them all. We need to narrow it down.
Huh. Interesting.
Sam, another memory prompt?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you. We're busy as anything thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Let's not drive people too hard. Rough enough getting this far.
Nothing you see here came from cracking a whip. Everyone is just ready. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Falks Engineering. With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
The first two outposts didn't have a chance. It was clear to everyone on the ground.
I saw the brief. I'm making sure every one of our people is eyes wide. You changed this planet, but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
I haven't reached the end of that trail, but not everyone died outright.
Right. They tell me there were staggered evacs. If any want to try again, they're welcome. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag. Hang it where the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real.
Alright, I'm gonna change the helmet rules one more time. Where I'm doing gameplay, but didn't take them off to talk to people. Seem a little bit less rude that way. Can I talk to you?
August said you might swing by. Ryder, yes? Dr. Ramirez. Run the clinic here on EOS. Much better than life as an Alliance medic.
Good to meet you.
I'll guess you're not here for a checkup. How can I help you?
What's it like living in our first successful outpost?
It's early days, but promising. Everyone pitches in, everyone matters. We know we'll make this work.
Why did you join the Andromeda Initiative?
I served in the Alliance as a medic, but let's say I saw one Batarian slave raid too many. I knew August, Bradley, and when he signed on to the initiative, he suggested I consider it. This seemed like a better frontier.
What's the latest from your clinic?
Usual checkups for first-in colonists. Plus a few cases of dehydration and some blindness. Nothing serious.
What do you think of Bradley?
I've known him for years. He was the squad medic when he was injured, and we kept in touch after his discharge. He's a smart fellow, a good lieutenant, but a better mayor. And it bugs him when I call him August. So I restrict myself to 2-3 times a day.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt. Right.
Okay, I think you might be in the way, Dr. Ramirez. I think I need to poke this thing. Or at least scan it.
This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. Comparing with locations from the work roster, it's likely the injury occurred near a monolith.
Let's go.
Victor Carson, Reed, Mr. Joseph. I find it troubling that you think I could be swayed from my duty by an offer of credits. I understand Victor Carson is a friend of yours, but that's hardly an adequate reason to release him from cryostasis and send him to Prodromos. Beyond that, from what I hear, you two are a disaster waiting to happen. I know all about the prank you and Mr. Carson pulled on Everett before the journey to Helios. Victor Carson will be released from stasis when I see fit, and assigned to an outpost that best suits his skill set. And if I hear you've gone over my head and spoken to Addison about this, you'll have me to answer to. And there's some case notes, which I'm going to assume are probably not important. There's an exclamation point over here. I should go poke it. Formal request for Darket Tirvian, number 28. Making the request again, Bradley. I know it's not your fault. I know she's supposed to be second wave. But I want a trail so that when all this calms down in a few years, we can get proper outraged about how long it took to reunite families, especially ones hurt during the Site 1/2 mess. Or should that be Site 1.5? Or just Site half? Suddenly, I'm having trouble controlling my mouth. You know, broken promise is a thing, right? Requesting the deployment of Darket Tirvian WB4 Crispin, Exo Studies Specialist. Reason, she's an asset that will help viability. She's also my daughter. Okay. So, investigate the monolith site. Means we need to get back in our shiny golden car.
Radiation levels increasing.
Okay, there has to be something here. The mining computer says it's
this
fair.
Area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Okay, I can see it moving, but just barely. Doesn't seem like it's enough to really even bother with.
No sign of that work crew, but someone left their gear behind. Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves some nice, obedient remnant.
You better be sure this time, Jennings.
If you're that spooked, go hide behind the 4 giants. I'm busy.
Damn it. We've got to find them before they get themselves killed.
Oh, good, we've got a time limit. I fucking love time limits in games. That's sarcasm, by the way. Time limits in games are one of the biggest pains in the arse. Okay, it froze again. There we go.
Earth had formations like this. Made a lot of kids think of alien worlds.
Well, here we are on an alien world. So, those kids weren't terribly wrong. I think that's it. I think we did it.
Great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Why don't you come back here and say that to my face?
Didn't work out?
Huh. Okay, who squealed? Gasparic? Yeah, I bet. These remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
How many people need to get hurt before you stop this?
Pathfinder's got a point, Jennings.
Fine. But you can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
Can I scan Turian? Nope. Okay, what's next? I think that may be all of the tasks on EOS. Oh goodness, me and words. Not friends today. Alright, back to the ship.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
I do like the visuals in this game quite a lot. Jim Sterling said that they look dated.
Cora wanted to check in with you.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid. I suppose it is a rather darkly beautiful phenomenon. Darkly beautiful. I like that. Helios is incredible, isn't it? Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation. You mean a god? Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I am a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself. There's something about coming face to face with something wondrous that makes you want to believe. Wow. It's wonderful to meet someone who understands. I've had to justify myself so often, as if having faith in the divine invalidated my work as a scientist, as if this sacred could be diminished by the search for truth. I wasn't questioning your abilities. You never have to justify yourself to me. Thank you. I appreciate you. We'll talk later.
I was gonna say hi to our pilot.
Glad you stopped by. You'll pardon me if I keep an eye on our vector?
That's probably smart.
Nothing like being on the bridge of your very own ship, is there?
I could stand here and drink in that view all day.
When I was test piloting the ship back home, I often did. Of course, it took a whole team to build the Tempest. I was the only one to come to Helios, though.
Why did you?
What can I say? We poured our hearts into a ship that wouldn't realize her potential until Andromeda. I could have stood on the shore and waved goodbye, or took the leap to see how it all turned out.
I like the Tempest, but I'm not sure I'd travel between galaxies for her.
The unknown frontier had its charms, too. It's just strange not having the rest of the design team. I remember Serena debugging line 2281 over and over, chewing that green pencil. Tion and O'Connell arguing equations, tapping on the console, 3 drips of coffee on the corner.
You remember all that?
Oh, yes. Solarians have photographic memories, and apparently mine's unusually sharp. Like my past is still happening. Though I suppose with the Solarian Ark missing, you might not get many chances to compare.
Did you hear anything about the Ark back on the Nexus?
Not a peep. Isn't that strange? You'd think there'd be something. Not that I dislike your company, but it's lonely without other Solarians.
Don't sweat it. We'll bring the Solarians home.
Of course we will. I just have to be patient, that's all. I should get back to it, but thank you. I was afraid the Tempest would be mothballed after we lost your father. We built her for this. She deserves to be in a Pathfinder's hands. Please, come by any time.
Making new friends. Probably won't be able to say anything particularly important to any of my crewmates until I actually finish a priority mission. This seems to be the way it goes in most of these games. That was the one I didn't like, isn't it? Yes. And those are more or less the same. Going back to my Matic. I know I like this one. Hang on. Is that... Yeah, okay. That's the only mod I've got. Alright. Let's... Pardon me. Experiment a little with these. One of these, I remember... It wouldn't have been this one. It would have been the Raptor that fired with a burst. Or not a burst, but a just automatic. Yeah, okay. So I don't want that one. I'll try this one. Yeah, we'll just go with these. That will, boost damage. Keep things interesting. Swap out our outfits. Pardon me. Gonna try out Drac for a bit. I know it's probably the smarter way to do things, to, like, plan out your party. Personally, I just kind of cycle through different combinations of people. What am I doing? Where am I going? I need to get out of here. Actually, first I'm gonna go make myself less of a Skittle. Maybe go for a little bit less color. That's the wrong button. The way that the weapon wheel is laid out in this game is a little bit weird to me. Did I say weapon wheel? I meant color wheel. I kind of like that. It's a bit less garish. Garish is a good word. Should use it more often.
I'm picking up something.
I don't know what.
I'm picking up something.
I don't know if you guys can hear how much I fiddle around with the mic. I hope, if you can, that it's not too annoying.
Watch your tone. You saw what happened to the Krogan.
But we...
Your incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
It's...
What do you want?
The mic I'm using isn't part of the headset, though. It's a microphone that comes with Rock Band 4, so it's just like a... It's meant to be a hand mic. I just fumble with it sometimes because I'm not sure, like, if it's in the mic stand properly or if it's positioned correctly.
Sounds like you're having a rough day.
You saw that, huh? Oh, I'm sorry I snapped at you. The way Spender treats me? Everyone, I'm so angry. I don't understand how he's in any position of authority.
He was pretty abusive towards you. Is that normal?
Yes, he's horrible. Working with him is a total nightmare. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
Maybe there's something I can do.
A man like that's bound to have some dirt. I wish Tan and Addison could see it. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
Oh, I don't know. I think it works pretty well.
Wouldn't it be more practical to build these
Pathfinder Rider, if you will. Hello, Pathfinder. A moment?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
I have a math problem. Some vital equations that only a mind like Sam's could solve. They concern strange transmission patterns in the Scourge. Perhaps random noise, perhaps not.
Sam likes new experiences. It'll be an opportunity to encounter math homework.
Given the complexity and the security implications, I recommend transferring the equations directly into SAM node. I have them on an optical storage disk for you.
I'll see if I have time.
Thank you, Pathfinder. Please thank Sam as well.
Oh, I'm sure he heard you. He does kind of live in my brain. Oh, we haven't heard any gravelly voiced Solarians in any of the previous games, though. I mean, aside from the Delatras in Mass Effect 3, they've all had fairly higher-pitched voices.
An expedition to Eos in the Pythia system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault. Though not much yet is known about the underground structure, it's believed to be remnant in origin. Noted Astari scientist, Helisaria Basale.
What we activated in the vault drastically improved the atmosphere on Eos.
This is HNS.
I honestly don't remember if there were many female Solarians with speaking parts at all in Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Welcome back, Ryder.
Dr. Aradana at the tech lab sent some equations for you to solve.
I'm ready.
Transferring them now. Have fun. Hey, what the... Sam?
Malicious code detected. Please stand by.
Sam?
Attempting to countermand malicious code. Please stand by.
Is there anything I can do? Sam? Is that another malfunction, or... Sam? You trying to show me something? Okay, I think I got it. Sam, talk to me.
Hello, Pathfinder. Please initialize the console to restore normal operations.
Sam, what happened?
The equations contained a Trojan horse program, a virus, specifically targeted to sever our connection and render me helpless. Reconnecting would be impossible.
You'd need a crack AI programmer to create a virus like that.
Yes. Only my unique adaptions prevented permanent damage.
Unlock the door. Let's head to the tech lab and see what Dr. Aradana has to say.
Yeah, see, the only female Krogan that I remember was a fairly important character in Mass Effect 3. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's the only one that I remember running into. And there were female Solarians in the first two games. I just don't think any of them actually had a speaking role, aside from, like... I don't know, maybe the Solarian Counselor? Actually, I think in the first game, the Solarian Counselor was male, and in the second game was female. But they kind of looked the same, so the only way you knew is because they spoke. I could be very wrong. It's been a while for me as well. But I remember the Solarian Delatras in Mass Effect 3 did have kind of the deepest voice we've ever heard on a Solarian. She was kind of an officious old lady.
Welcome, Pathfinder. Did Sam solve the equations I sent?
Solve them? They almost brought down Sam Node.
The equations contained a virus designed to target artificial intelligence.
You think Never. I abhor violence against any life, organic or synthetic.
Then how did the virus find its way into your equations?
Perhaps my files were altered or replaced. But why?
I've seen a lot of down with AI sentiment lately. Graffiti, complaints to 10. Perhaps someone took the next step.
Why would anyone hate artificial intelligence?
Synthetic life has different needs and motivations. It can be mysterious and powerful. Many fear what is not understood.
Everything's uncertain. Maybe they just want to feel safer.
Attacking Sam is bold, though. I wonder if there have been similar incidents.
The AI kiosk was busted this morning.
I can look around.
Pathfinder Rider, if you will.
Okay. So I wonder what this is going to come to. I suspect it'll be fairly similar to the sabotage thing. Mystery, submission, whatever.
Is a threat to all organic life. Why not ask for more details? Detecting Pathfinder Rider.
Hi there. Excuse the educational stuff. I hacked Avina as a sock puppet. So, our virus set you free. Hope you're doing better without that AI jammed into your head.
Now you want to talk about an unfitting voice. That's a little bit jarring.
Who am I talking to right now?
A friend. Our movement sent the virus to save you.
Pathfinder, it's possible they don't realize their virus failed. Pretending that it worked might win their trust.
You don't say.
Hello? Ryder?
The disconnect was very sudden. I'm grateful, just woozy.
It'll pass. See, this is what our movement's all about stopping. Knight says human AI merging is a threat to all life. She'd know, trust me. Oh, Knight's our founder. The virus wouldn't exist without her.
I should thank Knight in person.
I'll ask her. She might even give you a tour of our sanctuary.
Great, thanks.
Can't promise anything, but watch your email. Bye.
A whole movement of AI-hating hackers with a leader called Knight.
She and her followers seem to have experience with human-AI partnership.
If they attacked you, they're capable of anything. I'll check my email. We need to find them.
If I was intelligent, I could hold this entire station hostage.
Alright, so now that one's on hold as well.
A reminder that alcoholic beverages must be consumed within private quarters or at the vortex. An expedition to eat. So how things go? Consumption of alcoholic.
Seems quiet.
Our Nexus, our lives.
Hey, what's going on?
Crow. That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost.
But since you think research is so important, military personnel got bumped down the list. Like my clan brothers.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
We only had resources for one outpost, so I focused on the skills we needed most.
And what we need is our families back.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
I authorize whole colony blocks or a few emergency revivals. I can't wake dozens of random people.
We don't care whose finger pushes the button. If you can't, our leaders can. And if you tell them, they will.
This is a big issue. Bigger than just my say-so.
Bullshit. You're the hero right now. They'll do anything you say.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her.
Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously. Make them hear. Make them know.
Any word?
Left no new orders. Keep the safeties on, I guess.
Can I talk to you? I think I could a minute ago. Oh well. Alright, taking turbolift ups.
An expedition to Eos in the Pythia system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault.
I think it's only a matter of time before I start calling the Nexus Deep Space Nine.
Known about the underground structure is believed to be remnant in origin. Noted Asari scientist Pelisaria Basale.
What we activated in the vault drastically improved the atmosphere on Eos.
This is HNS.
Ooh, wait, that way.
Ryder, we exiled the prisoner Nilkin. Tough decision based on what you uncovered on Eos. His wife, Mariette, insisted on going with him.
It's hard to let go of someone you love.
So it seems. It'll be a tough life out there for her. For them.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks. Dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
Don't we kind of have a whole planet, though? But, yeah, you're kind of right.
We only just got on our feet. Plus it messes up the schedule again. What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics.
Easier said than
They
done,
seem
jackass.
sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
Do you think these protests could turn violent?
We're all pioneers. Even civilians are tough enough to start something.
And interfering in hydroponics threatens our oxygen supply. They know that.
We have to look at the bigger picture. Get them out of there.
Kandros?
I'll send in a team, but it might go smoother if Ryder's there.
A good idea. Sometimes we have to give bad news. That's a Pathfinder's duty, too.
Have I mentioned that I really don't like tan?
Apex team leaders reporting back.
Hooray! Oh, that one's still in progress. Huh, they're bloodthirsty now. That is a lot more expensive than I thought it would be. I still would really like to know what those shell filaments are. Like, what creature did we pull the shell off of? You know what? It might actually tell me. Shell filaments. A keratin-like structure forms the base of shell plating on certain creatures. Kerkins, drolls, targs, and echidnas. Okay. Wait. Hang on. Did you say targs? Targs. Like Klingon targ?
contact with our Milky Way descendants. As of now, beacons confirming arrival in Helios remain unanswered. This is HNS.
Just stand down, ma'am.
Or you'll shoot me. Good luck explaining that to my grandchildren.
What happened?
She was about to disconnect the water hoses, threaten all the plants.
They're saying the leaders won't wake our families. Well, this is how far we're willing to go. Their move.
I know this is hard, but for the good of the Nexus, we need you to be patient.
We've already waited. How old will I be by the time Mom's out of stasis?
Take it easy, kid. The Pathfinder's got a point.
I'll go off station if I have to. I'll find anyone who'll actually do something.
You want your mom to wake up and find you exiled? Or dead?
Reese, don't. Anything's better than that. Even the longest wait of our lives.
When our families hear about this...
They'll probably agree with the Pathfinder. You're done here. Come on.
I'm glad that was solved without too much trouble. I was admittedly a little bit worried. I don't know what bionic detonators are, but sure. Okay, so that's pull, charge. Nova looks like an AoE attack. Shockwave. Yeah, I'm generally okay with that one. What is Annihilation? I literally cannot tell. Weaves rapidly shifting mass effect fields to slowly damage nearby enemies. Enemies are primed for combo detonations. Other powers activated while Annihilation is in use suffer reduced charge speed. That's weird. Not sure I like that. Backlash looks kind of like a barrier. Lance looks like it's basically magic missile. And speaking of barriers, that's actually not a bad thing to put points into. And can I auto level anybody else? Yeah, I think they've all got a few points, but probably not enough to do much. Yep, okay. Pardon me. Well, we can, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll wait on that. At least we can start on Drex. What looks like his loyalty mission. That may or may not be the case. I've read that loyalty missions don't work quite the same way in this game as they did in Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7 in the Erickson system. Ryder's daughter has reportedly replaced him as Pathfinder, taking command of the Tempest and the ongoing search for a home in Andromeda. This is HNS.
Speaking of Andromeda, did you ever watch the Gene Roddenberry show? Had Kevin Sorbo in it. I remember seeing it when it was first on television, but
343.
don't remember much about it.
That's not funny.
Pathfinder, thanks for helping Raj and Zara find Atkins. He's not getting out of lockup for a while. Dell told me you saw her arguing with Spender. Pyjack's doing his best to throttle my department.
How's he getting away with that?
Spender doesn't know the first thing about engineering, but he knows how to play people. More importantly, he still talks to the exiles. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it without your help.
Does anyone else know about this?
My grandfather tried to tell Tan. He wouldn't believe him without proof.
If he's really this bad, how does he keep his job?
Welcome to the Nexus. Look, I can work with everyday incompetence. But Spender's a traitor and a danger to the station. He needs to be dealt with.
This needs to be investigated.
I'm glad someone thinks so. Talk to Kandros. He likely has security footage, some kind of evidence. But you'll have to convince him to authorize release.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Kira, get down.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them, either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
Alright, time to go back to Kandros.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
I knew his name sounded familiar. The bad guy from Star Fox was Andros.
Thanks for understanding about the outpost and the protesters.
You don't strike me as the political type.
I'm not. Just pro keeping everyone alive. Maybe those protesters will eventually understand too. It's done. I don't want to think about it. Need something else?
I was told I should talk to you about the mutiny.
I wasn't on the Nexus when it happened. I started reading up on it, but you know how things get around here.
Do you know where Spender was during that time?
Why Spender? Wait, you think he might have had something to do with the mutiny?
Maybe. Just trying to sort things out.
You know, the logs I did look through showed a few discrepancies. I meant to dig deeper. If you're investigating, how about I give you access to the security vid archives?
Thank you.
Anything else?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Alright, they've actually cleaned this place out some.
Huh. This file won't play. Sam, can you boost the quality?
Processing. Playback initiated.
Wait. Is he handing something over to one of the mutineers?
Take this. It'll help you armory. Don't...
I am sorry, Pathfinder. This backup file is corrupted. The audio tracks are heavily degraded. Someone may have deleted the original, and this version was restored during a system-wide reset.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
I concur. While I cannot restore any more audio, the location appears to be Kadara.
How do you figure?
In common parlance, lip reading. I do not recognize the location from any current data. It appears mountainous and populated. We will need to find the planet before I can confirm. I will contact you via my node.
Let's go confront Spender.
I thought we just said that we didn't have enough evidence.
A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
Ryder, is it? William Spender. Apologies if we met before. I meet a lot of people running Colonial Affairs.
Running Colonial Affairs? I thought you were the assistant director.
That's right. Assistant to Addison. So we know who does all the real work.
From what I've heard, your hands are pretty dirty. I saw the footage. You were handing something off.
What footage? From Gavorkum? Routine business meeting. Whoever you're talking to clearly has an axe to grind. And frankly, a Pathfinder shouldn't be wasting time on a witch hunt. You'd be wise to let this be.
Yep, that's what I thought. That's on hold now, too. I know I'm not going to get anywhere on the missing arts. So let's try our next priority mission.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on Prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Yeah, no pressure, just making all the big decisions.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Brecker, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
You're kidding?
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and the Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely. But there's an order to things, lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
Yeah, I think your analogy fell apart just a little there. Good effort, though.
All right, Brekka. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
Well, we've already got one science outpost. So let's move on to the next thing. Maybe. I don't know. Wait. Whoa. Whoa. So these actually have rewards. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is more complex than I would have imagined. You know what? I'm gonna go with mining operations. Hooray! Okay, so that's the thing.
Maintenance crews, please.
Huh. Wonder how to improve the viability on EOS. Well, while AVP and Nexus level represent your overall progress in making Helios a home, certain individual planets also have their own viability rating. When you're an AVP on a potential colony world, the viability rating of that planet will increase up to a maximum of 100%. Most worlds allow you to establish an outpost once you've reached 40% viability, though additional actions may be necessary. Additionally, special cryopods may become available based on the viability of specific worlds. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Well, that's one priority mission down.
Hi. The documentary's going great. Your comments really got people talking. Director Tan loved the first broadcast. Sent a contribution for your expenses.
Thanks.
Let's get to the juicy stuff. Scientists are excited about your new outpost, though there are questions about how prodromos can survive where Sites 1 and 2 failed.
My team and I surveyed EOS thoroughly and even stopped the storms. The rest is up to the outpost, but the old threats are gone.
Hopefully they can handle any new ones. Facing those risks must be stressful. How do you relax between missions?
My crew and I take downtime together. We're a team.
This is history too, these little moments between. Shots of this remnant tech, some narration, that completes an episode. Thanks for stopping.
Cool.
But footage of that remnant vault is sealed.
Pathfinder, AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we're living.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there will be no doubt that you're responsible.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
No, I think that's good.
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Okay, back to the station. The colony. Which means to the turbo lift.
The human Pathfinder has died. Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7 in the Erickson system. Ryder's daughter has reportedly replaced him as Pathfinder, taking command of the Tempest and the ongoing search for a home in Andromeda. This is HNS.
I bet playing that broadcast over and over again is doing wonders for morale. I think they should find some new news. I was wondering when it was going to move.
Cora wanted to check in with you.
Oh, right. I think she did last time as well. Problem is finding her. Geez, nobody's ever in the same place twice.
A secure outpost. Finally.
Prodromus better be worth all that time Ryder put into it.
If they fail, the Nexus starves. No pressure, right?
So everything we do now relies on civilians planting vegetables.
Do I have any more research? I do. So now I can develop a whole Hyper Guardian outfit. Hooray! Provided I have the materials. Which I kinda doubt. Yep, do not have enough stuff. Will I ever have enough stuff? I mean, eventually, sure, but... this just requires a whole lot of stuff. Pardon me. Can I research my Matic rifle? Because I kind of like it. Kind of want to upgrade it. Is that a thing I can do? I'm thinking maybe not. Oh well. Hum-de-dum-de-dum. For now, we'll just look into the N7 stuff. That is one expensive headset. Nope, can't make that either. Or that. I just can't make clothes. I'm a bad tailor. Hello? Anybody in here? Maybe the next one. The biolab. Yeah, I want to say hydroponics bay.
Report from the Nexus. Population's growing as people wake up. Lots of hopefuls waiting for a home.
Bradley will have all the help he can take.
They'll be starting crops soon. Can't tell if they have enough water or too much. I grew up on a little cargo freighter. Only saw gardens in vids, but I always loved them. I daydreamed about planting a big rose garden when we got here and still imagine it sometimes. Roses in Helios.
It'd be good to bring something beautiful across galaxies.
Everyone in the initiative has their something beautiful. I didn't for a while. After I left the Asari Commandos, well, I didn't leave. My mentor, Nasira, said I should go.
Why?
The initiative would suit you better, was all she said. Being a huntress suited me fine, but she insisted.
It sounds like she cared more about what you needed than about what you wanted.
I didn't need to be rejected. Still, that's familiar. When your biotics are honed into huntress-grade weapons, people can be weird about it. The initiative seemed better. Just didn't see how I'd fit into their brave new galaxy. I never fit anywhere before. Then I met some jerk named Ryder. Talked about traveling to Andromeda like he was teaching you how to see it.
What part of that vision made you want to take the plunge?
A civilization where everyone had a place, even AI, or an overpowered human biotic. Your father said, I get being different. Now imagine being welcome and making others like you welcome too. When I was 13, I could warp a steel girder. He made me wonder, what if someone had told me that's okay?
He gave you a dream to work toward. He was good at that.
Who doesn't want to belong? Especially somewhere like the Initiative. So I gave the Initiative my all. Kept thinking of the niche I wanted. My rose garden. I thought I knew what I was going to be.
This is about not taking over as Pathfinder?
Didn't think it would still sting. Nasira, your father, even my parents. They leave, I'm left without answers. Nowhere to stand.
I get that. We've all had a lot of disappointments lately.
You're doing well. For having no training, being your second isn't so bad. And if that remnant tech pays off, maybe someday I'll have roses too.
I'm sure it's possible. Is there something else you needed?
Ryder?
I'm gonna guess not.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
I should still talk to her, though.
Back again?
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
The Lucinia? Checking every comm that's coming in. Nothing concrete yet.
What did you do while you were part of the Asari military?
4 years in a commando unit called Talane's Daughters. Part of the Council's cross-species military integration initiative. Your time defending Silva's expedition was probably more important. But we did good work. Peacekeeping is a full-time job, even in Asari space.
What was your commando unit like?
Janae and I were the youngsters. Tethys was our old lady sniper. Kalia patched us up, and Valenza prayed between firefights. Our CO, Nasira, led us all over the Athena Nebula and beyond. A huntress's work is never done.
Every civilization needs its defenders.
And the defenders usually match their civilization. Like Asari huntresses being adaptable as hell. Makes you wonder what our militia will look like in 100 years.
After 4 years with Asari Commandos, he must have some great war stories.
Nasira assassinated a Krogan warlord with a pack of playing cards once.
A pack of cards?
Choking hazard, apparently.
Wow.
Well, Krogan do have rather large mouths.
You were in the Alliance before you became a huntress, right? What made you join up?
My biotics. I was still living on my parents' cargo freighter when they manifested. Untrained biotic power on a starship means accidents. But we couldn't afford it. Had implants, the training, everything. Old history now. Remind me why you came to Andromeda.
The Prothean digs woke us up to how much we don't know, and to what humanity's next leap might be. Then Dad's career collapsed. His AI research made him too toxic.
I heard. Must have changed everything for your family.
We needed to start over somewhere new. Together. Or as together as we could. So, Andromeda.
None of you writers ever think small, do you?
Did you come out here with anyone? Maybe someone you served with?
I had my fun on shore leave. Nothing serious, though. Asari huntresses figure things out, but I was there for soldiering, not romance.
Does that mean fraternization is okay for Asari commandos?
It'll happen, but usually only for one deployment. Asari don't usually stay with each other long term. After your 500th birthday, you learn some self-control.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
I don't think there was anything else I needed while I was here, so... off we go to Eos again.
Those remnant vaults, all those secrets. Have to go exploring in one someday.
Imagine flying through one. Now that would be a real hazard course.
If we could even fit a ship down there.
I'm picking up something.
Pythias system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
You know, ever since the first game, I always sort of, at least personally, compared Mass Effect with Star Trek. I think this game kind of allows me to draw a lot more parallels than any of the previous ones. Because the Nexus is basically Deep Space Nine. And, the Tempest would be sort of our, Defiant analog. Oh, there we go. Poked everything. Now we're off.
Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Gil would be Chief O'Brien. Drax, or not Drax, Drac would maybe be Jet or Dex. Jedzia. Jedzia Dex. I think Lexi might be kind of like Dr. Bashir. I guess I'm the closest thing to a Cisco. Let's see what else we got. Reach level 10 just for landing. Pardon me. Boost my recharge speed. I dig it. I don't know, I'd have to look around at the crew to try and get a better feel for who might be parallel for what character. It's an interesting idea, though. Okay.
Pathfinder. Jacob Mitney, Research and Development. My team's just getting set up here, but we've made a discovery you might want to check out.
All ears.
We've put together a blueprint for augmenting your armor plating. Uploading it now. If you can collect the necessary resources from around EOS, it should work.
Is this a sure thing, Mitney, or just pie in the sky?
I have no interest in wasting your time. This could form the basis for armor production across the initiative. Scrounge safely, Pathfinder.
Okay, well that's a thing. Can't use my weapons here. I assume that there's probably a decent reason for that. Hey, buddy.
Pathfinder, Darket, Tervian. I understand I was pulled from Cryo ahead of schedule. My family is grateful, but I consider it my debt.
Everyone gets out eventually.
That may be, but the least I can do is show you the benefit. I'm exo-studies now, but in a former life, let's say I knew tactics. If I supplied the Ket on this planet, I drifted in, and there's only so many gravitational paths. Here's some navs to check for anomalies. Good hunting, Pathfinder.
That sounds like a good idea. You might be onto something. Where's the car? Alright, big golden car. Let's go.
Radiation levels have spiked, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your
What
mining
is there?
interface.
Ooh, there's something. Man, there's a lot of aluminum here. At least I think that's aluminum. It just keeps going up. Oh, no, going down. Alright. And now I'm stuck. Cool. Got some stuff. Am I even going the right way? Hang on just a second. Oh, okay, so it's not an EOS exclusive thing. I do it from the ship. Hooray! I guess. Oh, that felt like a waste of time.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
At least I got some materials. Hooray.
All systems green.
So, yeah, okay. Map. Let's look for anomalies. Wonder why it does that. Why it zooms in like that.
Anomaly on sensors.
But where? I mean, EOS seems to be pulsing, but I don't think there would be anything there. Or maybe there is. Maybe there is, and I have to scan it from space. I don't know. In case you haven't picked up on it so far, after about 9 hours now, I kind of don't know what I'm doing. Okay, doesn't seem to be anything there.
I'm picking up something.
Okay, fine, let's go scan EOS. Scanning. Scanning. Nothing. Scanning. Nothing. Scanning. Nothing.
Anomaly detected.
Yes, I am here. You know what is not here? The Ket caches I'm looking for. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness.
Anomaly on sensors.
Now, why didn't I think to do that before?
Probe away. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
I guess because I'm so used to the way Mass Effect 2 and 3 did it, we have to actually be, like, at a planet or something to scan. Well, at least I found some iron.
I'm picking up something. Deploying probe. Getting a scan.
Hey! There's one of those caches. Caches. Whichever way you want to pronounce it. Huh. That's rather interesting.
Our Turian friend on EOS has good instincts. Let's check it out.
Got all kinds of stuff.
I'm picking up something.
Is it the other shiny dot out here?
Deploying probe.
It most surely is.
Anomaly found.
Possible Ket supplies, just like Dark had suggested.
Ah, neat. New viability points. Cool. So now that's done, I guess. Because I completed the task. Now what? Wonder if that's gonna be as simple as it seems. Well, it's pointing me toward Eos, so maybe. Maybe I can actually do it fairly easily. And we will stick with Drac. Why not? Haven't really gotten to use him yet.
Descent is green.
Just kind of had him hang out with us last time.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Wait until we get into a firefight to actually swap someone out. Okay, maybe this isn't going to be as easy as I thought. Yeah, it says it's tracking, but nothing's showing up on the map. Or on the compass, rather. Huh. Well, alright, I guess that's a task that's not getting done. Not here. And that is going to take ages. And that's on hold. That I have found a couple of memory triggers. Is there one? Yeah, right over here. Cool. Can we fast travel? Yeah! Hooray! So we're making a little bit of progress. Little teeny tiny bits.
First steps mark the brave and dead. Old Krogan saying.
Hard lessons we can't forget.
Recovery's a long-term process.
I think there might be a shiny over there. There is a shiny. I do like my shinies. Now let's look at the map again. Yeah, it's not too terribly far. Still, it would probably be safer to drive. Alright, let's go that way then. I think I'm getting a slightly better handle on how to drive this thing.
Another eidetic trigger, Sam?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
Then there's one way off to the southwest. If I read the map correctly. Oh no, it's just straight to the west. Okay, well. Wonder how we get over there. Hang on, the map looks like... So it looks like there might be a way around the wall over there. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Jeez. Looking at this as a topographical map is a little bit of a nightmare. Ooh, okay. Hooray! I didn't actually know if I'd be able to get up there.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
Still just giant bloody rock walls everywhere. Is there a way around that? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm gonna try and find something. If I can get over there and get that last...
Severe radiation alert, Pathfinder.
Get that last memory trigger. That wasn't what I intended to do.
Life support failing. Seek safety immediately.
Oh, jeez. Pardon me.
Life support systems are in peril.
That wasn't what I meant to do. Why is my life support depleted? Shouldn't the Nomad be refilling my life support? Okay, so that's just outside the mission area, so I apparently shouldn't go there. Well, nuts. There we go. Okay. There has got to be a way. Even if it's not this way. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going. And I think that the Nomad is slowly losing integrity as I go along. Hey, a cave. That'll be handy.
Loot from our outposts. And an Ark escape pod. Where'd they get that?
They're not keeping it.
We need an up-close scan.
That's not where I meant to use that. Oh, this is not good. Let me just take credit behind the burning old ATV. Oh, what? Am I stuck on? Okay, I think I was. Whoa, hey, hey! You know, I think I'm gonna be okay with not using a sniper rifle. At least not very much. I think I've been pretty happy with my assault rifle pistol combo so far.
Looks like they found it drifting and brought it here.
I'm not able to extrapolate point of origin, Pathfinder.
But the Ark could be intact, like the Hyperion.
Let's hope so.
Okay.
Gets us away from the sun for a while.
These caves could be a good shelter, if people need it.
Watching the corners.
Is there anything I can do about my car? It does kind of look like it's about to explode. You know what? Fuck it. Extreme off-roading.
Whoa. The Ket built all this? They don't just have a base here. This is a stronghold.
Okay, 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 not good. Can we... Extraction impossible? What the fuck do you want me to do? I don't even know what was hurting the vehicle. I can't survive outside the vehicle, and I can't survive inside the vehicle. Well, fuck you. What else am I supposed to do? Alright, well, I've gone over 3 hours. We do seem to have hit a bit of a stalemate so far. Maybe it'll work better next time. Maybe it'll work better next time, assuming that it didn't just load me in with the Nomad already on fire. Let's at least check on that, why don't we? Yep, the Nomad's on fire. We might be fucked.
Loot from our outposts. And an Ark escape pod. Where'd they get that?
Oh, good. We can escape.
We need an up-close scan.
Watch
But it
your
doesn't seem to be-
corners.
These caves could be a good shelter if people need it.
Doesn't seem to be losing health now this time, so maybe that'll buy me a little more time. Let's get back up here, grab what we can. Get moving again.
Looks like they found it drifting and brought it here.
I'm not able to extrapolate point of origin, Pathfinder.
But the Ark could be intact, like the Hyperion.
Let's hope so.
Alright, so, since we're not totally fucked, I'm gonna try just once to finish this mission. Or this task. Whatever the game wants to call it. What do this do?
Dear he R11 Holor, in need of assistance.
Is that the Ket leader here? That's what they follow?
Okay, I guess it's over. And let's grab this cadmium and we'll get back in the car and get out of here. Hopefully it won't just fucking explode on me this time. Nope, it's gonna explode. There's nothing I can do. Well, shit. Is this a safe zone? No. Fuck me.
Whoa. The Ket built all this? They don't just have a base here. This is a stronghold.
Yeah, okay, so this area, there's just nothing I can do. So I guess that the only way to get out here is probably going to require me to complete more story missions. Alright, so I'll just get back in the car, go back to the ship, and then we can move on in the next stream. Because I've gone over 3 hours now. I do have a couple things I need to do tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here. Thank you for coming in to watch. Thank you to those who stuck around, even if you didn't stick around too long. Hope you all have a fantastic night, and I will see you next time. Most likely tomorrow.
Radiation levels have spiked, Pathfinder.